This demonstration shows how to use existing capabilities of Cast Highlight and a newly available extension in the extensions marketplace to start understanding and comparing the differences and trends between applications that are known to use AI-generated code and applications that are known not to use AI-generated code. It's based on a new standard survey question that asks that question of application owners when they are completing the software maintenance survey, which comes out of the box with Cast Highlight. And now you could look at, are there differences in things like technical debt or open source risk or things of that nature between those two different types of applications. So from the Cast Highlight homepage here, there's 3 areas in Cast Highlight where we can start to analyze and understand the potential implications of using AI-generated code in applications, assuming that that question was answered in that software maintenance survey. One of those areas is in the custom segmentation area. We have a new custom segmentation on the extensions marketplace that will be available right here in the product. And it's called the Portfolio Advisor for Applications with AI-Generated Code. And what you can see here is we have 2 segments. We have one segment for applications or apps that are known to be using AI-generated code. And then we have 11 applications, which are applications that are known to not be using AI-generated code, right? Simple demonstration that shows 2 different groups. And what I like to do when I do this demonstration is actually switch the metrics that are used on the bubble chart. So software health is probably a good one on the vertical axis here. But on the horizontal axis, I actually like to use open source safety. And then for the bubble sizes, I actually like to use technical debt. And here it's kind of interesting. And again, this is a demo that we're using to really demonstrate the capability. So it's obviously exaggerated quite a bit here, but you get the general idea, right? So on this chart, you can quickly see that these red bubbles representing applications that are using AI-generated code, they generally are larger bubbles, meaning that they, except in a couple of cases, are generating more or have more technical debt than the applications that are not using AI-generated code. They also seem to be a little bit less healthy, and their open source safety also is typically a little bit lower. Whereas these greener bubbles, these are the ones that are not using AI-generated code, are in most cases, not all cases, but in most cases, they have less technical debt, a little bit more open source safety, a little bit higher software health. Again, this is intentionally exaggerated to kind of show the differences here. The real world is probably not this dramatic of a contrast between these two, but you get the general idea. And then obviously, just like any portfolio advisor, you can quickly see what those 4 applications are. So here's the 4 applications. If I'm clicking on those bubbles, I could see those 4 applications here, and I could instantly drill down to those if I so choose. Like any custom segmentation, this is a template. Again, it will be available here on the extensions marketplace, and you'll be able to customize it if you want to modify the formulas or how it's designed or some of the descriptions, or you want to add a 3rd segment about applications that we don't know if they're using AI-generated code. So you have that unknown segment here as well. There's 2 other areas where you can do this comparison right out of the box. They're quite simple, quite honestly. One of them is in the portfolio demographics dashboard. Again, this is a portfolio level dashboard that lets you look at scores and metrics based on the answers to survey questions. So if we come all the way down to the software maintenance estimate survey, we'll see here that this is that standard question I was referencing. Does your application utilize AI-generated code? We see there's a part of the pie slice where the answer is no. There's 11 applications. There's the lines of code, the scores, and then here's yes. We have those 4 applications that do use it, their lines of code, their associated scores as well. So this is quite simple. And then the 3rd area in the product where you can compare applications that are and are not using AI-generated code would be in the application categories dashboard. And here, which is typically a dashboard used for doing application rationalization by looking at applications categorized by the type of application. But you could change the survey question in the upper right here. And if we scroll down here, we'll see that question. Does your application utilize any AI-generated code? When we click on that, that just comes down to 2 columns, no and yes. So you can start to see here how this is yet another dashboard that lets you do that comparison. And the cool thing about this one is you could actually go one level lower than just the aggregated software health score. You could actually look at software resiliency, software agility, software elegance, and even cloud maturity for those two different categories, the no and the yes to that question. So a couple of different ways, actually 3 to be specific, of ways that, using built-in capabilities of Cast Highlight, you can start to monitor and understand the differences in insights associated with applications that are and are not using AI-generated code.